What up, what up, what up, what up, baby? TGR Friday, baby. Al York Sports with another one, baby. Got the New York Mets right here, beating Colorado 3-2. Semifinals. Let's see if the Mets can pull it off. We got Primo in the building. What's going down? Suge not in the building. No basketball tonight. So I should have a lot of you motherfuckers tune the fuck in, you heard? Open sessions and giveaways. No drinking and driving, you heard? Yo, Mo, get that package, man. Touch up on your uncle like your dog. Where that fire at? I know you got my fire. They're trying to hold on to your fire, bro. You know these shits are smoking. X-Men in the building. We gonna tap you in sooner than later. You already know, baby. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Let me know. What up, Jake? You still fading that Rain Man motherfucker? Let me know if you still fading that Rain Man motherfucker. Yeah, Mo, you gotta get that butter, man. Mo, you gotta get that butter. Throw butter in there, my guy. Yeah, let me let a few cats come in, and then we gonna holler. We got Jeffrey Edward Mueller in the building, St. Louis fan, touching base with us out of Missouri. I got people from all over the planet. Chicago, St. Louis, Mississippi, Kansas City, New Jersey, Baltimore, Miami, New Mexico, Japan. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, man. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All right, now that we got a few cats in the building, hold up. Nah, team of the win. Get that money, baby. Nah, team of $50 to win 9,000. I ain't mad at you, bro. All right, man. Shout out to everybody. Jeffrey, Jay, Suge Knight in the building. We got Midwest Mo in the building, X in the building. Everybody that tapping in, man. Happy Friday, man. TGI Friday. Y'all already know what it is. I'm ready for another show. I gotta make a show before my show. You guys ain't got no clue. All the other shit I'll be having to take care of that got nothing to do with sports. Then when I get to the show, I do what I do best. I just light it up. I mean, it ain't all freestyle. You know, I keep notes, but a lot of it is just up here. A lot of it is up here, but you got to keep notes just to get the exact number, especially numbers. I like to be exact. I don't like to be around the number. I like to be exact with the number. You feel me? All right, yeah, Nick's got to come through tomorrow. If you stay long enough, you're going to hear me and X talk about it, man. Let me take this off. Let's go to message of the day. Then we're going to start this lovely show, man. Message of the day. Be happy for other people's victories and use it as inspiration instead of hatred. Think about that. Be happy for other people's victories and use it as inspiration and just, forget about the hating shit, man. Let me tell you something. If somebody do something great, Doug in the building, TPK, I see you. You don't have to hate on motherfuckers. My whole life growing up in my hood, bunch of haters. I mean, 80% haters. But the dudes that got money, what they did was, if I got me a Honda Prelude, they went and got a Honda Accord. Then my other man went and got an Acura. It's no hating. We congrat, right? But then we feel we got to make the next move. Nothing wrong with that. It's called inspiration, not hateration. And with that, let's start this motherfucker, man. I hate even knowing that in the year 2025, the word hate is still coming out my mouth because it's such a disease that is a never-ending saga. I think hate's going to be with us forever, unfortunately. Just like you're going to have, you're going to have all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Prejudice, hate, all that shit I think ain't never going to all disappear. But we could definitely minimize it big time. Al Your Sports, man. Like I said, man, support and salute, even if you don't fuck with a nigga. You know what? Congratulations, dog. Like if Indiana beat my Knicks tomorrow, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. Congratulations, Indiana. Now I know that the Knicks gotta get on their job to come back next year and be better and do better things. Real simple, y'all. Every week I'm teaching y'all something. If you listen to what I learned over 50 plus years, I promise you'll be a better person. You know why? Because I'm a better person from learning from my mistakes. Tons of mistakes I made, and I'm still making. But you have to get better from it. You have to improve from it. Because if you don't, you're a stupid motherfucker. And with that, we're going to let this shit go, man. Got everybody tapping in Al Your Sports. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York, Nueva York. I'm going to need to hear that tomorrow when we go to Indiana, baby. We got to get out of there alive. I don't know how we're going to do it. It's going to be incredible to get out of there alive because Indiana Pacers are going to do everything in their power to leave us dead in that building. So we're going to have to work some kind of miracle and get out that building alive. Shout out, peace to the shooter, coast to coast Mike, few texts, my boy Mac One, the R, CL, shout out to Arrowhead Media. They do editing, hook up your content. They're the ones that work with me when I do my sports book reviews. I got them a few clients. I don't mind getting them more clients. These guys can work. Ask for Candy. Reach them at Arrowhead Media at 702 on Instagram. Hit them up. They got flexible hours. They will work with you, and they will give you top-of-the-line content material. Now we're going to start this show. Shout out to everybody. If I didn't shout you out, shout you out. The Denver Broncos will welcome, rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas to the Ring of Fame in 2025, which is this year. Thomas, who passed away on December 9th of 2021, days before his 34th birthday. This was sad, man. This was a guy that, that overcame trials and tribulations, made it into the league, was dominant in the league, and then died at 34 years old, man. It's crazy. That's why you got to count your blessings, man. My man D-Block says it all the time in the videos in the morning. Appreciate that you wake up every day, man. Real talk. Demaryius Thomas, with all the money in the world, died at 34 years old, bro. This shit is fucking sad. And he was a really good wide receiver. I'm not going to say Hall of Fame, but he made the Denver Broncos Hall of Fame. Other news. We're going to the diamond. Astros Vanel Blanco opts for season-ending elbow surgery. He will have Tommy John surgery in his right elbow and will miss the whole 2025 and partially of 2026. 31 years old, was 3-4 with a 4.10 earned run average and was a huge part of that World Series win. We hope that Blanco gets back. Tommy John surgery, you guys already know it's not a joke. Other news. Chief Sox reliever Miguel Castro, who pitched with the Yankees and the Mets, will miss the remainder of the season with a right knee injury. He suffered the injury against the Mets on Wednesday, covering first base on a ground ball. Knee blew out, just like that. We'll miss the whole season and get well soon. And last but not least, I want to tap into this before I call X-Fan in the building. We got Breezy in the building. We got Apple in the building. Salute to everybody, man. I wanted to talk to this about X, but I'm going to just talk about it now. If X want to tap on, he can tap on. The Pittsburgh Steelers are waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Let's make it a bang. They didn't go get uh, uh, Jackson Dort. They didn't go get Shador. They waiting on Aaron Rodgers. They parted ways with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. A lot of people are upset, a lot of analysts. But one thing that I can say for all you Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and I know X don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't really like him either. He's been a diva the last couple of years. But one thing I can say, because I speak reality, who would be better right now for the Steelers for this year? If you could name me anybody else that's available via no trade where you don't lose no bodies, I think Aaron Rodgers is the best guy right now, bro. Analysts was like, well, what you gonna get him for? 1 year. 1 year. And then you go get a free agent or you go in the fucking draft again. Well, you think they're gonna sign him for 3-4 years? I think it was Ryan Clark that said this shit. They need him right now to fit in the hole they got. They got a hole at the quarterback position. They end up getting Mason Rudolph back. Rudolph is not a strong quarterback. Everybody know he's a backup quarterback. I think you get Aaron Rodgers right now, bro. As much as I don't like him, Mo said he is a soap opera. You ride Mo. But what other guy you can plug in there right now that can continue Tomlin's playoff shit? Because if you put a rookie in there, though, all I'm going to say is good luck. They lost their shot, bro. They had a chance to get Jackson Dort or Shador or Midwest Mo. You know it, I know it. They didn't do that. You got to go Aaron, or I don't know what you're going to do. Tomlin might have his first losing season. Might have his first losing season if they don't get a decent quarterback because there's really nobody there. Like I said, unless you go Mason Rudolph and you got to throw your fingers across. X, where you at? Let's get him, X. Don't go nowhere, guys. The hell of a show. X-Man coming through. We got a lot of shit for y'all, man. I don't like Aaron myself. I keep it a band, but sometimes you got to, yo, my man, sometimes I got nothing to eat, right? But chicken nuggets I got to heat up that I heat up all fucking week. I eat them chicken nuggets, nigga, like real talk. I mean, unless I'm going to go downstairs, man, late, risking, all kind of shit. Heat up them chicken nuggets, put them in the air fryer, dog. Real talk. Let me get my boy in there. Make sure my boy comes in real smoothly. Everybody, TGI Friday, you know how we do it, man. X, what up, man?
What's up, brother?
What's going down, baby?
Nothing much. Here at the house, chilling, watching the Mets.
Yo, X, one thing I gotta ask you, X. I don't know what grows faster, your beer or a chia pet. You got to tell me what the fuck, what you do? What you putting fried eggs on your shit? Yo, X, like 2 weeks ago, your shit was down.
Yeah,
how
man.
You get it to grow that fast?
Don't worry about it, man. It's gonna go down soon. Don't worry, man.
No, X, I'm telling you, X, if you knew how to freak that,
yeah.
I gotta put you on the Beijing. Yo, your shit would look crazy. Some James Harden shit. I can have you make your shit look like some James Harden shit, but I know that's not your style. You want that lumberjack, you like the grain showing, and you like the beat over the lips.
I'm good like this. I don't like that James Harden type shit. That shit is disgusting to me, man.
Yeah, you like the beard though over your lip though. I can't do that though. Look, I always hit it because I can't have it overlapping. Like it reminds me of them cheap sandals them girls be using when they toes be overlapping. I can't do it, man.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Let's go into what we do best. But it's good every once in a while to make a couple of people smile. Never nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Go New York. Go
right
New York,
to
brother.
the New York Knicks.
Let's go.
You got the hack. We had a big win yesterday.
Yep.
Now, I'm not here saying we're going to win the series. No.
Mm-hmm.
But we're one step closer. We're trying to get to game 7, and then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Right or wrong? Whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm going to say, though, I spoke this to one guy, my man, the R, because the R watches the show. And I'm so real that I don't care if nobody heard me, but the R heard me, so I got to make this clear. The
Yep.
R asked me when we were down 3-1 after that disgusting loss at
Yeah.
the field house the other day,
Yeah.
can the Knicks come back? And I told them, I said, oh, we've been outplayed every game but one game. Game one, which they stole from us.
Yeah.
Even the game that we won and we stole for them, we got to outplay that game.
Yeah, we
And
did.
I'm not counting game five. Game five, we definitely outplayed up from beginning to end. We're talking first 4 games when we were down 3-1. And I told them, oh, I love the Knicks. And I know, because all the type, if you don't go for the Knicks, he thinks you don't really love your team. I said, oh, I'm an analyst. I got to be real before I be biased.
Yeah.
Right or wrong,
I
X?
agree. I
X,
agree.
you love
I
your
agree.
Jets for years. X, you know your Jets ain't winning no chip for like another 10 years. You know that already, X.
Listen.
Because you down to earth.
Yeah.
When you had Aaron Rodgers, you wasn't even souped up. I
Yeah.
remember. You was like, man, fuck that nigga. I wish we didn't get him. Right or wrong?
Now you're right. You're absolutely right.
Because you realistic with it. But back to the Knicks. Now, that's not to say, X, I'm not going to cheer for them. I'm not going. And I gave them out 7 games anyway on the show. So I'm a winner if they win. But I got to put it out there. He did ask me when they were down 3-1. He probably called me in a bad moment because I was really fed up with the Knicks, bro. And I
Yeah,
said, nah, man, we ain't got no fucking chance. I said, not the way we fucking look. You know, maybe he should have called me a day later and I'd have been more optimistic. But at that moment, I said what I
Yeah.
felt. Just like when you argue with your woman and you talking to the cop, you be like, fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because at that moment, you upset.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Yeah,
how I
definitely.
felt. But I still got Knicks at 7, win or lose. I'm not changing it, but I have to get that out there. And X, real quick, what's your take on game 6? I'm going to give you some numbers right after, then we're going to move on.
Well, game 6, you know, I think I took the Knicks in 7, so I think they'll pull out game 7, game 6 at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Game 5, they played a complete game. They did still turn the ball over a lot, but they did play a complete game. They took the lead, never gave it up. I think if the Knicks lose this series, they need to look back at game 1, how they blew that game 1, because
We
that
did say they're going to come back and haunt us.
yes.
And right now, if we lose game 6, that's the game.
That's the
Because
game. Yeah.
if we win that game, we get game 7.
They should have been coming into game 5 at least tied at 2 apiece, going back to Indiana 3-2.
That's what I'm saying. We will
But it
have
is
the
what
game
it is.
7.
It is what it is. I still have faith in them. I took them in 7. I still think they're going to win in game 6. I think they'll win game 6. It's not going to be easy. I think yesterday was a little easy. You know, Karl Anthony Towns has been a beast this whole series. They have no answer.
But as much as he's been a beast, I'm hearing the analysts get on him that he's not playing defense, and they've been taking him out because he's been lazy on defense. Offensively, though, he's fighting.
That was
But he's got to fight like that defensively, X. He cannot fight one way.
Yeah. I was just about to say that he's a liability on defense. And not only on defense, you could see on defense a couple times, and this is why he got taken out a few times. He's not even running back on defense. He's either walking.
That's what I'm saying. I seen that.
And one other thing, he's picking up the silliest, worst fouls that you could pick up. I mean, come on. How many times are you going to pick up the same silly foul over and over again? Put yourself in a situation where you're going to sit at a critical time because Tibbs can't trust you defensively. Game 2, he barely got off the bench in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, man.
And we lost that
game. Don't get me wrong. Offensively, he's fighting, X. He's going to the hole.
I mean,
he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? He's hitting big threes.
I want him to bring that same intensity on defense that he's bringing on offense.
That's what I told my boy. But X, we did say that Towns, not to make excuses for him. My boy said he was tough. He's not tough. He's playing like a tough guy, but he's not tough. He's got a couple more years in New York. We're going to get him tough. The New York trenches is going to make Towns tough. But right now, he's still like soft, trying to act hard. That makes sense. Yeah, X.
Can't hear you.
Seems like you're freezing up. Yeah, seems like you're freezing up.
I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, how about now? How about now? Can you see me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you're
Okay,
freezing
okay,
up. You're freezing up.
okay. Yeah, you freezing up too. I don't know what's going on. Everything seems good on my side, though.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good
maybe.
with you now. I wasn't freezing.
Okay, let's just keep rocking.
I think I
Hopefully we can
was,
stay off.
but yeah, but I hear you. I understand, But yeah, Carl Anthony Towns, and even still, I think they finally figured out the defense plan for Brunson, because it seems like the Pacers are picking and rolling every time, and they're putting Brunson at a bad spot, because then he's got to guard guys like Siakam, and he's got to
Yeah,
guard guys
man.
like Miles Turner, and those guys are just going to abuse him, and it puts him every time.
Yo, it looked like last game. I could be wrong, but it looked like they didn't want to show their hand what they're gonna do game 6, dog. You feel me?
Yeah,
Remember how the New England Patriots used to do and the Kansas City Chiefs in
yeah,
the regular season, they don't show their hand? It looked
yeah.
like they kind of like stepped back a little, and I see them going for the kill in game 6, dog. Dog, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I won't even be surprised if we get blown out. Now, I'm not saying we want to. I'm going all in. I'm going all out, dog. But even Halliburton played like shit. What, he had 7 points? That's not going to happen again.
He has 7 points. Yeah,
Or 11
no.
points? That's not going to happen
I think
again.
I think I can't hear you. I think they're gonna have I think this is gonna be a shootout. This is gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a close game. I like the Knicks. I took the Knicks in 7. I think they pull out game 6, come back game 7 Monday. But let's pray. It's gonna be a shootout. They're gonna have a close game. The Knicks cannot try to run the ball. They're gonna have to slow it down like they did yesterday in game 5. Slow it down, make them play a half-court game, because that's the only way they're going to keep this game close. If they try to run with Indiana, they're going to get blown out.
Right. So we don't have to go over the scores. We all kind of know what scores of each game. But let me go through individual players. Yeah. Brunson's averaging 33 points, 2.6, 5.4. Towns, 25.3, 12 rebounds. OG, 16. Bridges, 16. Hart, 9.2. Now we're going to pivot to Indiana. Siakam is averaging 23.6. He's a fucking problem for us. We do not have an answer for Pascal Siakam.
Yes.
Yeah, then you got Halliburton.
Yeah.
Halliburton's averaging 21. Neesmith, 13.8. Miles Turner, 13.4. And Mathurin, 11 points for Mathurin. And Indiana is deep. They got 6, 7 guys. I didn't even mention OG Toppin, who hasn't done nothing of late anyway, but he's a guy that can get hot and put up 20 points just like that.
But
so they got shooters.
He's the one that hit the big shot in game 4 to give them the 3-1 lead when the Knicks were making a run.
Exactly. So real quick, before we move on from this Knicks situation, game 6 tomorrow, the line's 3.5. So what you're saying is you're going to keep on with your Knicks in 7 and say the Knicks are going to get by the Indiana Pacers.
I'm going to stay Knicks in 7. And I'm going to say this now. I think Mikal Bridges is going to have a very big game for them tomorrow. He has
to. A lot of people complaining that he's not hitting a big shot, even though he's averaging 16. It's not bad. But defensively, he hasn't. Siakam be eating him. I know he's a little bigger than him, but he's not really doing it defensively. Yeah. So he needs to have a more kind of explosion on offense. So I agree with you. We got to get 20 out of him.
I think if him and OG both have 20, Brunson's going to put up his numbers. Cat's going to put up his numbers. I think the Knicks are going to win, and I think the Knicks, they will push game 7. So I agree. I think those two guys are key. I don't think Halliburton's going to have a game like he had yesterday. He's going to have a good game tomorrow.
If you're a gambler, you're a gambler, take Halliburton over on points.
Yeah.
Take Halliburton. It's a good gamble. Even if he don't get it, he's going to try to score tomorrow. Early and often, take Halliburton with the points.
I think the key here, because Siakam's killing them on the inside, but I think if Miles Turner actually shows up, because Benedict Mathurin has been killing them the last 2 games. So I don't see that change off the bench. And that bench for Indiana is deep.
Neesmith been quiet last couple games. I'm scared he
Yeah,
might want to decide to pop up tomorrow.
and that's what I'm scared of too. So I think it's going to come up to OG and Mikal Bridges to have big games to offset that. And if they can do that, the Knicks pull out Game 6, and we'll see Monday what they do in Game 7.
Well, I said Knicks in 7. I told my man when they were down 3-1, I don't think it can happen, but now I got a different perspective.
Yeah.
As much as I feel, X, and I'm going to keep it a band with you, that we're not leaving Indiana, bro, I'm still going to say my Knicks are going to do it, bro.
I got faith.
I'm still going to
faith,
say
brother.
I have to. You know why?
I got faith.
Now this is when the Knick fan come in at. 3-1, I have to be realistic. 3-1,
Yeah.
dang, you're gonna beat a team 3 times that outplayed you basically every game. But the fact that we totally outplayed them in Game 5, that lets me know now they might have woke up. X really woke up.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna know early first half. We better not be down no 10 points first half. I'm telling you right now.
No, we can't. We
We
cannot.
down 10 points. We losing this game.
I mean, I
It
joke
ain't gonna be
around.
no comeback. I'm telling you right now.
I joke around with my brother and them in a group chat. I say the Knicks have the Pacers right there, right where they want them when they're down 20. The Knicks have them right where they want them. They got them thinking they're going to blow
we
them
don't,
out.
we
But
don't
we
want
can't.
that
I
tomorrow.
agree. We cannot afford to be down 10 after
Hey,
one
let's
quarter.
be up 10 ourselves. How about that?
I agree. I think we need to have a
Let's be up
double-digit
10
lead at the end of one.
58-48. What's up with that?
We need to put the pressure on them, make them play from behind. You know what I'm saying?
Quick,
I mean, the game one, they came back from 17 down in game one, but do it again. Let's put the pressure on them. So I agree.
Rushmore definitely have to show up. Towns needs to stay out of foul trouble. OG and Bridges definitely got to play over their expectations. Hart's going to do what Hart does.
Yeah.
Hart's going to find a way to contribute. That's what he do. Whether it's play defense, rebound, he's going to play his part.
And not for nothing, man, but Mitchell Robinson has played a great series defensively.
No, he's been playing defense, but I don't like how Indiana, the analysts were mad too. They were like, oh, they fucking up the game basically by keep fouling them. Like, you taking the fun out the game. But Indiana don't care about that. They want to win.
He's hitting his free throws, though. That's the whole thing. It hasn't backfired.
I don't know if you call
he's hitting
28%. I can look it up right now. He's like 28%.
He's hitting them this series. He's hitting them when he has to hit them. But listen, Mitchell Robinson has played a great series, great defense, rebounding, doing what he has to. He's technically took Miles Turner out of that series. Miles Turner hasn't done shit in that series.
Yeah, see, even Mo said Towns is getting stupid fouls. He got to stay away from stupid fouls. They got to get back on defense.
The Knicks can afford to lose Mitchell Robinson to fouls. They cannot afford to lose Cat to fouls.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is we're going to need the best game of the year tomorrow night to get out of Indiana.
Yeah.
Then if we get out of Indiana, it doesn't say we're going to win the series, but now we're at home, you're not going to be in that same kind of pressure.
Well, I'll say
it's going to be pressure. Yo, Indiana's going to have everybody over there. Even Larry Bird's going over there, and he's really a Celtic. But, he coached Indiana. All the motherfuckers
he was the president
for
Indiana.
Danny Granger, all the motherfuckers going to be over there.
Well, let's say this. I'm going to say this. We win tomorrow, and I'm saying this right now with confidence. We win tomorrow, stretch it to Game 7. They're not winning another year at Madison Square Garden like they did last year in Game 7. This is a different team. And I think if the Knicks win tomorrow, Game 7, we got that. Remember last year when I could say injuries and stuff. They won 7 games.
Let's get out of Indiana.
We'll win tomorrow. I'm confident we'll win tomorrow and play Game 7.
Let's get out of Indiana.
Yeah,
it's like if I said, Joe, I dropped through the middle. Y'all dropped through the middle of the lake with 3 Gators in there.
I'm good.
I'm praying to God you make it out of there. X.
Hey, the Gators don't stand a chance against me, brother.
Your eyes don't look good, though, X. I dropped you in the middle of the lake with 3 alligators. Your eyes don't look good.
You're right, but listen, man. The Gators don't stand a chance against me, brother. I'll tear them niggas up.
Yo, let's move on. Let's go to the Western Conference. Good job there with the Knicks.
Let's go.
OKC. I'm going to say this off rip. They was the best record, yes. MVP, yes. but I didn't think they were going to win this year nor make it to the champ. I thought they was young, and I thought that they were missing a player. I'm keeping it a band. I understand they had the best record. You know I don't go by that.
Yeah,
Dak Prescott be having the best fucking numbers every year almost. Then playoff time, he fucking choked. So I thought it would
yeah,
be one of those scenarios. But
I
from what
agree.
I see from OKC, and I got a big statement to make after we talk about this. Make sure you remind me because I can't forget.
I
But they
got you,
won
brother.
easy 4-1, 114-88, 118, 103, got blown out 143, 101. The game they kind of took off, won 128, 126 in the game. The T-Wolves could have won and tied the series, and then blew them out 124-94 and beat them 4-1. And SGA and them now are going to the championship,
Yep.
awaiting the Pacers and the New York Knicks. Your take on the Thunder, bro?
Listen, I had the Thunder in 6. I thought this was going to be a much, much better series. I mean, basically, Anthony Edwards, they shut him down, man. Anthony Edwards had one game of 20 plus points. That was it. Other than that, he scored 20 points the whole series, under 20 points the whole series.
Yo, his health
So
didn't come
their
about.
defense,
Randall had 2 games with 5 and 6 points. And then the
yeah,
other
well,
2, 20 and 22. Yo,
yeah.
taking none away from Ant-Man, they were double teaming him with Caruso and the big guy right up top, dog. Yo, he was forcing that shit. Yo, he was trying to hit Steph Curry threes, trying to dribble through 3 guys. Yo, he couldn't do it. He needs more help. The help didn't help.
I agree. He needs more help, but
The
if you
help
want
didn't
to,
help, X.
if you want to be the face of the league, you got to find a way to overcome that. Jordan did it. LeBron did it.
Yeah, but
Kobe
Jordan did it when Jordan did it.
But
When he got Pippen. Right now, there's no Pippen in Minnesota. I thought Randall came within himself this year. Look, I love Julius Randle.
Yeah.
I kind of thought we lost the trade with Towns because of Randall and Devin Chinzo.
Yeah.
But Randall coming up short big time. Not a little bit, big time. 5 and 6 point backs.
Well, let me just say this about Julius. I like Julius Randle. I thought he was a great pickup for them too. But his history in the playoffs hasn't been great either, even with the Knicks. He always shot a lot and missed a lot. So he wasn't always great in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he didn't hit 5, 6 points with it. I remember he hit 15, 18.
Yeah, I agree. But, I mean, it goes to show you how far apart these two teams are from each other. Thunder had the best defense in the league. Supposedly, they had the best defense in the league. They showed that by shutting down Ant-Man, shutting down everybody else. Nobody really did anything. Rudy Gobert was invisible again in big games. Julius Randle, like you said, had those games where he had 5, 6 points.
In and out. Shout out to Crip. Shout out to my man Crip.
Nas Reed was shut down.
Nas Reed very disappointed because
we've seen
missing too
why
many open shots. Though you get paid to make open shots.
Yeah.
Nas Reed missed tons of open shots.
And we've seen why SGA was the MVP of the year. He got his whole team involved, and when it was time for him to take over, he did. And that's the difference there. And it goes to show you talent-wise, they are far ahead of Minnesota. I think Minnesota needs to regroup. They need to find somebody to help Ant-Man out. He needs help. I mean, 2 years in a row they made the Western Conference Finals to get out in 5 games each time. You need help.
Yeah, X, the way they beat the Lakers, Minnesota, it's the way OKC beat them.
Yeah.
It looked like they had no answers, just like the Lakers. They were too deep, right? Minnesota was too deep for them, but OKC was too deep for Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think they had better coaching. They just looked like they were coached better. They had better game plans, X.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coaching is deep. A lot of people underestimate coaching. You put your guys in the right spot, dog. That helps you win, bro. If you don't put your guys in the right spot, make the right substitution X, the right lineup, that could affect you in the series quickly, bro. Yeah. Quickly. So real quick, let me give you the averages. Anything else you want to add on?
It goes to see Oklahoma was deep also. Listen, Jalen Williams had a great series. He really did. He had a great series. Chet Holmgren did his thing. Isaiah Hartenstein, who I still hate that the Knicks let him go, great series. And their bench was so much deeper than Minnesota's. So it goes to show
they got guys like Wallace. They got like Job. They got guys like Joe. Like where these guys come from? Wallace, Wiggins. Where these guys come from? And
Yeah.
they all contribute defensively and can hit the open shot. But let me give you some numbers, then we gonna move on.
Right.
Ant-Man averaged 23 points. He needed to average 30 if they wanted to win the series. If they wanted to win, 23 wasn't going to
Yeah.
do it. 7 and 5. Randall averaged 17.5, mainly because of those two bad games.
Yeah.
McDaniel 13.2 and Alexander Walker 12 points. Minnesota are going to make, I think, dramatic changes. Second year in a row, they got embarrassed. I think you keep Randall. You got to keep, of course, Ant-Man. I think they're going to move a couple of pieces there because they got a lot of pieces to attain another good scorer.
Yeah.
Who is it going to be? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I mean, I think you keep Gobert
I
in
think
to play
I agree
defense.
with
You know
you.
you're not going to get no scoring out of him.
Yeah, I agree with you. You keep Randall. You can't get rid of Gobert because of what they gave up for him to get him there. I think you could try to find something for Nas Reed. I mean, they need
I mean, they got Alexander Walker. They got a lot of pieces to go get somebody.
Yeah, so
You know?
I think they're going to make some moves. But they need that second superstar to really help Ant-Man get over the hump because he just
Yeah, I
can't
think you
keep
got
doing
to
it like
move
this.
Randall. Randall's I always said he's a tier 2, tier 3.
I
People
agree.
didn't
Yeah.
want to hear me with that with New York. Oh, no,
Yeah.
Al,
Oh,
he's
you're
the
right.
main
You're
guy,
right.
Al. He's too
You're right.
inconsistent to be a tier 1. And now after this series, yeah, you might be right there. You might be right, Mo,
Yeah.
because Conley's already done.
Conley's
You
done. I
got to
don't know
get
why
a point guard that get busy, even though Ant-Man likes hogging that ball. So a real point guard is going to be hard for him to really get off because Ant-Man likes bringing the ball up. You know, and a real point guard wants to bring the ball up.
I think Ant-Man plays better off the ball. I think
No,
Ant-Man
but you
plays
know
better
he always
going to
wants
the
to bring it
basket.
up, though, bro.
Yeah, of course. But, I think he plays better off the ball going to the basket than trying to create shot for himself and his team. I think he's a better off-the-ball player where he can get going to the basket and once he gets going to the basket, you're not going to stop him.
Real
His
quick,
jump shot is too
name me a
inconsistent.
guy that they could get. Would it be somebody like a Dane Dollars? I know he's old. Mo, tell me who you think they should get. Breezy, you too. I want to hear you.
I think you
What
can get a
point guard that
guy.
Minnesota could get that
I
could score?
think,
Because they got to get a guy that can score too.
yeah, I think you can get a guy like a Tyler Hero in Miami because I think they're going to start rebuilding soon. Tyler Hero would be a good pickup. Hey, if you want to
I
make
like
a trade,
that. I like that. I like
if
that.
if you want to make a trade, you can call the Knicks. Hey, Deuce McBride is a very good player, and I think he'll shine as a starter next to Ant-Man. Deuce McBride, one of those guys.
How about a Van Fleet type? Only thing, Van Fleet getting 42 M's. I don't know if Minnesota want to pay him that.
I like that, but I don't think Houston's going to part with him because they're young.
Nah, they'll part with them. They got all them young cats, dog. They got guys ready. Jalen Green and them guys, they ready to go.
I think they'll keep him because of his veteran leadership and stuff to bring along and he's got a ring, so he knows how to win. So I think.
How about LaMelo?
I like LaMelo Ball there. Point guard that can
right?
get it up.
Yo, Midwest.
Like that.
LaMelo in Minnesota.
And I think
that.
Charlotte might be looking to reset that button. The only thing with LaMelo is his injuries. Ankle. He can't stay healthy. But I like LaMelo Ball. You put LaMelo Ball and Ant-Man. You put LaMelo Ball and Ant-Man in that backcourt, man. Oh, you know how much.
Yo, Breezy said, get rid of Randall. He a nutcase. No, I thought keep Randall, man. Let me tell you something. You got to make Randall a tier 3, though. Like I said, tier 1. New York, he was a tier 1. He drove us crazy. He drove us crazy in New York.
Yeah.
Minnesota tier 2, he did good all year to the last playoff series. Because he dominated the Lakers, he dominated Memphis. It's just this series here, he came up way short. So to me, you lower him down to a tier 3. You don't get rid of him, you lower him down. But the thing is, who they're gonna get is what's important. Okay, let's move on.
And I think LaMelo Ball will shine as a tier 2 right behind Ant-Man.
There you go. So let's make those phone calls, X. Okay, guys, I'm going on the record, guys. Ain't nobody said this yet. I don't look to ESPN. I don't look at every sport channel. I'm the first one that's gonna say this here. I'm calling it right now. if OKC signs Jalen Williams,
Ooh.
they got to sign Jalen Williams to keep Trent, Jalen, and SGA,
Yeah.
them three together. I'm calling it right now. They're going to be the next dynasty team of the NBA. They're going to make it to multiple chips and win a few. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be as deadly as Golden State or something, but maybe like Miami. Remember when Miami went 2-2?
Yeah.
Something in that nature. But I think it really happened. If they win this year, it's definitely going to happen because they are young and they're only going to get better, X.
Yeah, I agree.
If they lose this year, it might hit because that might make, who knows, maybe Jalen Williams might feel, you know, I can get more money elsewhere. But if they win and they keep him, and that president that he didn't break up, you know,
Sam Presti.
He didn't break up, what's my man named Kevin Durant, Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, but he didn't keep him either.
No.
You know, I understand that the salary cap wasn't big, X. They wanted their money, but if he was smart, he would have locked them in when they were younger. Like right now, he got to lock these guys in.
He tried to lock up James Harden when he was younger, but James Harden wanted to be a starter, so they traded him. Durant, we know, walked because he wanted to go to Golden State to make it easy to win a championship. And, you know, Westbrook they traded him because he was already, you know, they thought he was getting past his prime. So,
but X, a team like that had destiny written all over it.
Yeah.
All over it. And they went to one chip and lost.
Yeah.
This ain't going to happen again in OKC, bro.
No.
Mark my words, dog. In the next 5 years, they're going to go to the chip a couple times. But they remember, barring no injury, I'm not hedging out. And they got to sign Jalen Williams, who to me is the Scottie Pippen to SGA that Pippen was to Jordan.
I agree. The question is, will he sign or will he take the money elsewhere? That's the problem.
No, I'm hearing he's going to take the 200 and change. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, I hope they do. I like Jalen Williams. You're right. I think he's more like the Scottie Pippen to them. He does everything well. Doesn't do it great, but he does everything well. He comes up when he needs to. He's their defensive stopper. So yeah,
and he came up big. X. He came up big in the playoffs.
I agree with you.
That's why I didn't trust him, X. I didn't trust them because I thought they were too young to come up big. Yeah. So they made me look wrong, bro. They made me look wrong, X.
Well, I thought they were maybe a year away, but
yeah, me too.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. And
they still might not win the chip. Everybody got to win the chip. I'm not just going to grab them the chip.
We'll see who comes out the East. They got to
earn that shit.
Yeah.
But if they win this year, X, and they sign Williams, trust me, they're going to be the next best team for the next 5-6 years as far as getting to the chip and all that.
I got a funny stat for you. OKC this year against the Eastern Conference, 29-1.
Damn.
29-1. One loss against the Eastern Conference all year. And that came against Cleveland.
Wow. So, great information. Great information.
Talk about
real quick, you don't have to agree with me, but do you see where I'm going with it?
I see where you're going, and I agree. I think Jalen Williams is a glue guy, is a guy you need on that team. I think if he walks, it might happen to them what happened when they traded James Harden.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to stay, though. They know that. They talk to him. SGA loves him. They all love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear me? You kind of coming in and out.
I agree.
Okay, we're going to move on.
I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, we're going to go move on. Let's try to knock out these last two subjects, and then we're going to do the magical spinoff. We're going to start with the Mount Rushmore of the Golden State Warriors, who got seven championships total. I'm going to name one. You name one. Guys, put your motherfucking answers in. Me and X going to do the Rushmore of Golden State. Every week, we're going to do a different team. This is another thing that I'm doing.
You know who's not happy about this? You know who's not happy about this? Mark Guillory, because I know he's a huge Golden State fan.
Indeed. No, he's going to put his answers in, though. You better guarantee that. Okay, I'm going to start first. You ready?
I got you, brother.
Mount Rushmore #1 for me for the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to say small forward Rick Barry gets in for me at #1. Talk to me, X.
I'll go Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, revolutionized the game. I love Rick Barry, but I'm not over Steph Curry. Unanimous MVP, Finals MVP, numerous time All-Star, greatest shooter ever. He's on his way to, I believe, scoring over 30-something thousand plus points. He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. So I'm going to say Steph Curry because of him, everybody's starting to shoot threes from 50 feet away. So I'm going to go Steph Curry #1.
Well, since you want to give a little highlight on everybody, Rick Barry, the Miami Greyhound, used to average about 24 points, used to put up the points, could shoot, started that underhand free throw shit that he had Shaq trying to do and all that. The guy was cash. The guy was clutch. Had kids that play in the NBA, never was as good as him. But Rick Barry's definitely in. And I also got Steph as my #2. So now we're going to go #3. I'm going to go with #3. And there's about 4 players I'm leaving out that I got to mention too. But I'm going to mention after we name our 4. My third guy, I'm going with Chris Mullin from St. John's, who was part of the Run TMC. Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway, and Mitch Richmond. I'm taking Chris Mullin as my third guy. Talk to me, a.k.a. Mully.
Well, it's funny. We got the top 2 guys already, Barry and Steph, so we're good.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you on Mully also. I think Mully's #3 there. Great shooter, left-hander. Listen, 3-time Big East Player of the Year, original Dream Team member, gold medal winner, 84 and 92. Didn't win a championship, but he was one of the great shooters of all time. I think if he played in this era with that 3, he'd score more points. Great player. I love Mully, and he's from Brooklyn, so
no doubt.
Very high school.
Put your answers in, guys. Now I'm going to mention guys that I'm not going to take before I mention my last one.
Okay.
Al Attles didn't have numbers, but Al Attles was a warrior. Like he did all like the dirty work. They loved him. You know, he could easily be on this Mount Rushmore, but I don't have him. Unfortunately, I don't have him. I also don't got Draymond Green. I don't have Klay Thompson, who, when their careers are over, I'm pretty sure are going to make a big fight to fit in this Mount Rushmore. Yeah. And last but not least, Joe Barry Carroll, who I had a problem not putting in here, bro. Everybody that the Golden State Warriors loves Joe Barry Carroll, bro. So my 4th guy, after saying all of that, I'm going with The Rock, Mitch Richmond, as my 4th guy. X, who you got?
Yeah, Mitch stays off mine just barely. I'm going to go Wilt Chamberlain.
There you go.
I'm going to go this still. Probably the most dominant big man of his time offensively, and he got it done defensively. So, I'm going to go with Wilt.
Well, listen, there's no going wrong with that, brother. There's no going wrong.
And I hate it because I love Mitch Richmond, another great shooter. But, man, I cannot.
I know, but think about it, right? How do you make a Mount Rushmore and Mitch ain't in it? It doesn't make sense to me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But
it's like saying the Sixers, right? The Sixers, but you don't got Dr. J in it, like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But okay, guys, put your Mount Rushmore, Warriors. There's no wrong answers. This is all opinions, and like I always tell y'all, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one, baby.
Well, so Wilt makes my Mount Rushmore of Sixers also.
Right.
So, you know.
That's the thing with Wilt. Wilt could go on a couple of teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitch is all Warriors. That's why I have to go Mitch.
Yeah, or the King, you know, but it is what it is. But I agree with the Warriors.
I got to get him in with the Warriors, though. You feel me? He did good with the Kings, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you any last words on the Mount before we move to the choose one and why?
When it comes to a lot of these teams, you can do like I said before, especially with the Warriors too. You name some great players that didn't make the list that could, and you're not even mentioning Draymond and Clay, who by the time their careers will end, people are going to argue they belong on that list. So this is what's fun about these lists, because you can put anybody in and make a great debate about it.
And me and you said that some teams you got to make 3 or 4 lists. Like, it ain't fair to have just 4 enter. Like, a lot of people got Shaq off the LA shit. How you not gonna have the most dominant force in basketball on the Mount Rushmore? I'm not a Shaq fan, but
it's hard.
He's fucking the most dominant dude ever.
It's hard. It's hard. It truly is hard. But
that's why I said no wrong answers. Put your answers.
We said it when we did Boston, and the Lakers were the first two. With those two teams, you can make 4 or 5 Mount Rushmores with their players, because that's how great their players were.
Right. Okay, so you ready for the choose one and why?
Let's do this.
Okay, here we go. First one, we going left fielder in their prime.
Left fielder.
And right now, one's still playing, but he's not in his prime, but he's still playing.
Okay.
Kyle Schwarber, a.k.a. Schwarbs. Or John Kruk, a.k.a. the Crucker. Who and why?
Philly legends. Philly
there
legends.
You go. One Philly have Cubs Phillies.
Yeah. But John Kruk is a Philly legend. Come on.
No, Kruk, but Schwarber.
Yeah, Schwarber is, he's okay.
Cubs.
I'm gonna go with Crucky. John Kruk, big guy, but he can hit. He was a better all-around hitter. He can hit for average. He can hit for power. Schwarber is really one that if you get Schwarber in a slump, he's not going to hit shit. But with Kruk, if he was in a slump, he still knew how to get on base.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Kruk here.
Going with Kruk?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kruk's got the better average, Schwarber better home run hitter.
Yeah.
Both of them are liability in the outfield. We know that. They both are liability. Yo, y'all Philly dudes better put this in. Brian, Steve, the Ghost, and Doug. This is Philly guys, right? Philly legends. So I want to see your answers. Oh, this is tough, man. Both of them got similar numbers all through the board. And Schwarber hit so many big home runs in the playoff, dogs.
Yeah.
Dog, as much as I want to go Crucky, I'm going to go Schwarber, dog, because I love how he plays in the playoff, dog. That guy could hit, man. And both of them got attitude. Like, they both would straight up scream at an umpire and don't give a fuck about it.
No, they will.
This is almost a tie, dog.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Schwarber, dog.
We don't do ties.
Kruk, dog. It hurts me because I kind of want to go Kruk, too. But I'm going to go Schwarber because of the big fucking home runs he hits, bro. Let's move over.
Okay. Then let's move over.
Small forwards.
Small forwards, I got you.
Sean Elliott, a.k.a. the Ninja. Or Steven Jackson, a.k.a. Stacks. Who and why?
Two really good role players for their teams. I'm going to go Sean Elliott. I think Sean Elliott's game was a lot more well-rounded than Steven Jackson's. Sean Elliott, good defensive player, offensively can get it done. He knew his role and he did it well. Steven Jackson was a guy that was a good role player, but he thought he was the main guy all the time. Not a great defender, decent defender.
No, he could play D, dog.
Offensively, he was hot and cold. He could have his games, and then he could have those games where he just shoots you right out the building and hurts you. I like Sean Elliott better. Like I said, a more well-rounded game. So I'm going to go with Sean.
If you're playing in San Antonio, both of them played in San Antonio. I like Elliott. He fit that system better.
Yeah.
But if you put them on the Knicks, give me Steven Jackson all day, dog.
Okay.
I want the dog. So I'm going to lean with the dog. The dog can shoot the outside, take it to the hole. The dog plays defense. I love Elliott coming out of Arizona. Trust me, I do.
Yeah.
I thought he was supposed to be better than what he was. Maybe the transplant, maybe that kind of like, I don't know, maybe it just took something away from him really exploding in the NBA when his brother gave him that transplant. But he was still a very
Probably.
good player. Still a very good player. Yes, you can argue and say that Steven Jackson was like a role player, but he also got a lot of time in a lot of teams. Like when he played with the Jersey Nets, San Antonio early, and I love his role in Golden State. I think he did his thing with B. Diddy over there.
Okay.
They turned it up over there in Golden State. And in Indiana, he had a couple good years with Metal World when they
Yeah.
had the big fight and all that. I'm going to go Stevie, man. I like that dog, man.
Okay.
I like that dog, so I'm going Stevie, man. Okay, let's go. I got a few more. I might give you five. I don't know. I'm thinking 4 or 5. All right, let's go right here. You know what? I'm gonna go with shooting guards.
Shooting.
Put
Okay.
your answers in. Eddie Jones.
Okay.
Eddie Jones from the Lakers, or Latrell Sprewell. Choose one and why.
Eddie Jones.
It's tough.
Latrell Sprewell. Yeah, this one is tough because I like both of them, man. Sprewell
EJ, a.k.a. EJ,
yeah.
or a.k.a. Spree. Talk to me.
You got the Temple Legend. The Temple Legend. I'm going to go here with Sprewell. Sprewell's a lot more explosive, so I like Sprewell. Sprewell was a monster going down into the lane to throw it down on anybody later on, developed a very good jump shot, helped the Knicks get to the finals. But the underrated thing about Sprewell was he was a really good defensive player. And you could play him at shooting guard, small forward. He can guard those guys without a problem. And offensively, he can explode just as quick. So I'm going to go with Sprewell. Nothing against Eddie Jones, who was a great shooter, great defensive player. But Eddie Jones wasn't a great playmaker. Like with Sprewell, you could put the ball in his hands and he can be a playmaker and create his own shot. Eddie Jones really couldn't do that. So I'm going to go with Sprewell.
Right. See, my man said Jones was above. You got to understand, Jones played with better players, so that's why Spree got the better numbers. You heard, X?
Yeah, I agree.
Jones played with better players, Kobe, etc.
Yeah, he did.
And Jones could throw it on anybody. Jones could hit a three, throw it on anybody. But I'm going to go back to the rugged player.
Yeah.
Spree was rugged, dog.
He was.
I love Spree. He was so rugged, he choked the coach out. And I'm not saying I got anything to do with basketball, you know. Salute to PJ Carlissimo.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Salute to PJ, you know what I mean? But I gotta go Spree. And being a New Yorker, I gotta go Spree, dog. Eddie Jones, I know about 50 dudes that will take Eddie Jones and won't even look back on this question right here, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Eddie Jones is that nice. He's nice.
Good. I like Eddie Jones.
But I'm going Spree. Now, I'm going to give you one more because I want to.
All right.
Outfielders.
Outfielder, okay.
Matt Holliday, a.k.a. Big Daddy, or Paul O'Neal, a.k.a. George Steinbrenner named him this. So any of y'all that look it up, you're not going to see this nickname. George Steinbrenner named him the Warrior.
Yeah.
And that stood with me, and that holds weight. If the boss calls you that, that holds weight for me. He called Hideki Arabu a fat toad, and he wasn't playing when he said that.
I remember
that. He called him the Warrior. Now, these guys got similar numbers, bro. Yo, all through the ball, similar. Choose one and why, X.
Paul O'Neal.
Can't just say Paul O'Neal. Talk to me.
Paul O'Neal. Paul O'Neal was a central piece to the Yankees dynasty of the 90s. Okay, now I'm not taking nothing away from Matt Holliday, great player, great numbers. But Paul O'Neal was the central key trade, central figure, veteran presence that team needed when those young players like Bernie Williams, Posada, Jeter were all coming up to the system. They finally made the big leagues. Paul O'Neal was the veteran trade they needed. He was a key player to the Yankees dynasty of the 90s and early 2000s when he did play. So I'm going to go here with Paul O'Neill, who also was a really good defensive outfielder, strong arm, and really made the key play for the Yankees in, I believe it was Game 5 of the World Series when he made that catch in the outfield on one leg to really end that game for
I
them.
like when he slid at the second base. And if he would have got thrown out, Yankees would have lost the series.
Yeah.
And he did whatever it took. I mean, he put every ounce of his body. Could have fucking hyperextended his arm, asked everything, and made it, bro. And that's when Steinbrenner said he's the warrior. He do whatever it takes for us to win. Yeah. How do you not like a dude like that? But for Matt Holliday's defense, he does have an MVP that Paulie don't got.
He does.
They both got batting titles. Paulie got 5 chips to 1, but that's not all Paulie. That's the Yankee brass.
That's the Yankee brass, yeah.
But Paulie played his part. I got to go Paul O'Neill, dog. Yeah. As much as I like Matt Holliday, great player with Colorado, especially with the Cardinals. That's where he won his chip. Well, but, I got to go O'Neill, man. Any last words, X?
O'Neill does have a championship with the Cincinnati Reds when they
but he's got 5 total.
But he's got 5 total. Yeah, okay, you're right. He's got 5 total. Yeah.
Don't matter who he got. He can have one with the Cleveland Indians. I know he got 5.
I forgot. Yeah, that's right. He has 4 with the Yankees and 5. Yeah, that's right. 5 with the Reds. You're right.
There you go.
You're right.
He got 5
I counted
total.
wrong. I counted wrong. That's what it was. I counted
X,
wrong.
It's okay. X, you're talking to the choir, baby. It's okay. You know what? Just to start in trouble, I'm going to give you one more.
Oh,
I'll give you one more. I know the people's wanted to. We're going
I got
boxing.
you, brother.
We're going boxing.
Boxing, all right.
At 147.
147.
Put your answers in. I got Puerto Ricans and I got blacks. And this is a Puerto Rican boxer and a black boxer. Everybody better have their opinion. At 147, Felix Trinidad, a.k.a. Tito, or Thomas Hearns, a.k.a. the Hitman. Hitman Hearns. Who and why? Talk to me, goddammit. Tito or the Hitman? Talk to me.
I'm going to surprise y'all. I mean, I'm
no
going to go
surprises.
with it.
They both great, X.
I'm going to go with the Hitman. I'm going to go with the Hitman. And I know people are going to say, oh, Tito Trinidad. Listen, Tito Trinidad was a great fighter, beat who he had to beat. But if you've never seen the Hitman fight, Hitman was a great boxer with one of the most powerful right hands you can ever see in a boxer at 147. He'll knock you into next week.
Look at my brother. I got a brother here, yo.
And I've seen
D-Block said Tito all day. D-Block's a brother, so I love this.
Nah, man. Listen, I know people are going to say, well, Thomas Hearns' chin. Well, Tito's chin wasn't great either because I seen him get dropped.
Tito get tapped up.
You know, I've seen him get dropped a couple fights.
Yeah, he hit the canvas.
If Thomas Hearns, all right, let me just put it this way. Did anybody see the punch he hit Roberto Duran with that knocked Duran out for months? Okay, imagine Thomas Hearns hitting Tito straight flush with that shot. You think Trinidad would have gotten up? No.
Yeah, but people could counter and be like, imagine if he hit somebody like, hold up.
He can.
He hit Joppy.
And remember,
hold up, actually, let me get a word.
I got you. Okay.
I need you to listen. Don't talk over me. Remember when he hit Joppy?
Yeah.
He dropped the shit out of Joppy.
He did.
That was a hard hit. If he hit Hearns like that, Hearns is going to sleep too, baby.
Okay, now let me just say this. Not only did Hearns have that power punch came behind a piston-like hard jab. So he throw that hard left hand and come with that right. You think Tito got defense for that?
I love him, man, Hearns, though.
Okay.
That's my guy.
But listen, they're both great fighters. Don't get me wrong. Tito Trinidad is a great fighter, one of the greatest fighters to come out of Puerto Rico. Ever top 5, I would say, top 5 out of Puerto Rico.
Facts.
But no, I'm taking the Hitman. The Hitman was a lot more skilled. He was a lot more of a better boxer. And like I said, that power punch, man, he'll knock you into next week if he had to. Ask Roberto Duran.
And like my boy said, he fought tougher fighters, unfortunately. Not that Tito had to walk in the park because he did.
No.
Tito fought some guys. I mean, Tito fought Bernard Hopkins, De La Hoya, He got a listing of motherfuckers he fought too.
He did.
But
He did.
Hitman's have to fight Sugar Ray Durant and Hagler and those
Hagler.
motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Still the
going
greatest
Hitman Hearns.
Listen, it's still the greatest 3-round fight ever, and probably the greatest
Yes.
first round you'll ever see in boxing, brother.
But people say it's the greatest 3-round fight. I say it's the greatest total fight.
I agree.
Those 3 rounds to me were better than a 15, 12-round match.
I just want to say this. Whoever hasn't seen that fight, Hagler Hearns, YouTube it. Because that's the greatest first round. That is the greatest first round you will ever see in boxing.
Dog, they put the game plan and threw that shit out the window.
That's right.
These dudes hated each other, bro.
That's right.
They went in there and was scrapping. Yo, that was a street fight.
That's
you want to keep it a bang?
Right.
Hagler Hearns was a street fight, bro.
I
believe it like that, man. Any last words, X?
Always a pleasure, brother. You know that. Hopefully by next week I'll get rid of this and stuff. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully my mom. Listen. If my mom doesn't
X, baby.
If my mom doesn't bother me to get a haircut, and if she doesn't bother me to get a haircut, it stays. But if she doesn't bother me, I'll go get the haircut, brother. Okay?
Facts.
But always a pleasure, brother. Subscribe, people. Share with friends. Tell them tune in. Always a good time. I'm still waiting for that punk-ass motherfucker from Fox, Nick Wright, to get back to me so I can hand him his ass.
There you go. We gotta see all of them, cat. I'm willing to go see them. Yo, I'm willing to go see them in their platform. But they're gonna have rules on me. They're gonna be like, yo, they're gonna be like, yo, no hat. They're gonna be like, no hat, no cursing, no music, no energy. German, shut the fuck up with all these rules, motherfuckers.
If I have to fly to LA to snatch his ass up and put him in front of a camera to debate him, I will. But that punk motherfucker is gonna get taught a lesson.
All right, X, stay up.
Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure,
you know
brother.
How we do it, my brother. Aaron
Have a great weekend. Much love to you and the fam.
We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers the next time, but you can go in on him.
Definitely, brother.
Okay,
we'll
guys.
talk later, brother.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do this now. Time to get this money. Let's see who's going to be the next winner on the Al York Sports Show. Right now, we got B4 with the lead at 7. No signs of Chico Linston. So as of right now, the champ got the lead with 7 wins. Toppy is making a late run, guys, with 3 wins. Don't sleep on Tap. You still got like Mo. You got Ghost with about 4 or 5. You got TPK with about 3, 4. Nobody's out. Let me make it clear. I don't care if B4 got 7. Nobody's out of the race. And I swear to God, I ain't lying. Because Raul had 8 wins. The next person had 2, which was Miss Jess. And she came all the way back and beat him on a double hit the last day, 10-8. Real talk. Round 1. B4 could tell you. He was playing round 1. Let the best winner win. Let's get him, baby. It's the gambling time of the show, baby. We all love to gamble, don't we? We got round 7, giveaway 1. 1 through 20. Oh, my wife is cooking some shit right now. I can smell it. It's all in the air. Let's go. 1 through 20, round 7. Great show, X, as always. X always bringing that heat. Lumberjack out or not. I'm ready to throw X in the lake with like 3 alligators. Watch him get the fuck out of there. All right, here we go. It's time to shake and bake. Let's shake and bake like Loca does that chicken. Shake and bake. Let's go, baby. Midwest Mo said, let us cook, Al. Yo, Midwest, I wish I could detect the smell. I know you can't. You can only hear voices and see images, and y'all can't detect the smell, but god damn, it smells good as fuck. All right, here we go. On my go. Giveaway 1, round 7. A lot of hungry people want to win, baby. I already know. Remember, the champ before leave everybody with 7. Chico's missing. Until he come back, right now B4 is your leader. Here we go. Winner is giveaway 1, round 7. We got a winner. Let me push it back. Hands in the air. Let me work, baby. Let's get it, baby. Round 7, giveaway 1 winner on the 30th of May is number 14. Number 14. I told y'all Big Tat's going to get hot. I said this a long time ago when he didn't win, and I mean like 3 months he didn't win playing 6 numbers. I don't even think that ever happened. And I told him, when you win, you're going to get hot. I know how this shit works. I've been doing this shit for like 7 years, I think. Salute the Big Tat, baby, number 14. Big Tat getting hot. That's number 4 for Tat. Number 4. $21 through $40. $21 through $40. Let's go. Can somebody give me an update on the Mets? I had the bum-ass Mets on the parlay. I know they were winning 3-2 last I looked. I had to parlay it. They was too expensive. They were like minus 300 or some shit. So I had to parlay it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Big Tat, 4 wins, right behind everybody. 3 wins away for the champ, B4. Here we go. On my go. On my go. If it pops out, no bueno. If 2 come out, no good. I'm the umpire of this shit. Oh, no good, no good. A ball just came out. No good. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not even going to look at it. Just got to be as fair as square. That's 1-4-2. Let's go, baby. Good looking, Midwest. All right, here we go. Same thing. It got to be on my go. No sneaky shit. Got to be fair and square. Winner is round 7. Giveaway 2 is got a winner. We got a winner. Let me move it back. Round 7. Giveaway 2 winner is on 5/30/2025. Number 39. Number 39. I gotta say this. This guy played, I'm gonna say about eight times and over, I'll say about a 7-year period. He never really plays. But salute to Michael Alvarez. First time I ever said that name on my show. Michael Alvarez. Salute, bro. I hit him the other day on just because I couldn't really sell numbers, so I'm reaching. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was reaching. He retaliated watching the Knicks game, watching the Knicks get beat up at Indiana. He said, yo, I'm going to take 3, man. Fuck the Knicks. Fuck everybody in this board that like Indiana. Took 3 numbers. Salute to Mike Alvarez. His first win. I love it. Summary coming up. Let's close it up. Y'all know I love, you know I love them new heads. Pause, pause. Let me make sure I say pause. I want everybody to feel a win so everybody knows feels good to win, man. I can't lie, though. When I win a ticket, it feels good to win, man. I can't front, man. And right now, Tap is on fire. And now we broke in, Mark Alvarez pause. Let me make sure I say pause in there. But great show. Cover multiple things. I kind of touched on the Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people don't want to deal with him. I get it. But where can Pittsburgh go now? They bury themselves for not getting Shador or Jackson Dort. They fucked up. So they almost have to get Aaron Rodgers if they want to be relevant, because who's going to make them relevant at QB? Mason Rudolph? Are you fucking kidding me? Then we tapped in. We took care of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks game 6 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific at Gainesbridge. Oh my God, Indiana. It's gonna be crazy, man. Like I could wait. Now you know how you say I can't wait for tomorrow. No, I could wait because this might be stressful, man. I might not even want to watch it early, dog. Just like peek sneak my phone to see if they keeping up. And if they keeping up, then put it. Because I really don't want to like look at them and then we down like 20 in the first. I don't want to see none of that shit, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. And the only reason why I'm kind of worried is because Indiana and OKC never won a championship. So if I had to guess, I would think that's what the league wants. But I'm hoping the Knicks go there and steal that fucking game tomorrow and then bring it to the Garden and send them fucking Pacers home and make up for last year's loss against them. All right, let's move on. We tapped in on the Western Conference. OKC looks like that team. The Thunder, I thought the Thunder wasn't ready. You know how I call it. I keep it a band. I'm not going to get respect for shit I don't deserve. I didn't think Thunder could win this year. I just thought they were too young. I thought they might have kind of needed a old head, like a Kevin Durant type. I'm not going to say Bradley Beal, but maybe like like a Devin Booker type. But when J Dub stepped up, they don't need nobody. Jay Williams stepped up, they don't need nobody. That's what was worrying me. Can SGA get help from Dubs? Because Chet is still kind of too young to really depend on like that. But Dub's been playing lights out, averaging 23, looking out there like Pippen and Jordan when they was younger. And they got that thing going, and that's why I got them as the next Dynasty team. But they got to sign Jalen Williams. If they don't, all deals is off. I think they will sign him. Other news, we tapped in, all those we tapped in on the Mount Rushmore, the Golden State Warriors, Mount Rushmore. There's no wrong answers. I went with a solid crew. I took Chris Mullin, Rick Barry, Steph Curry, and Mitch Richmond. I mean, I could live and die with that crew right there. I'm mad I can't put Joe Barry Carroll in there. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson probably in the future get in, but as of now, they're not in for me. Steph has to get in. Steph's the greatest shooter in the game. How you not getting Steph? Then we went to the choose one and wild. We nipped that in the butt. And before I end this session real quick, like I told y'all, man, when people prevail or they accomplish, let's say, a graduation, a new car, a new gig, just applaud, man. Applaud. And if you mad in any way, use it as inspiration. Use that energy to inspire you and make you climb to other fucking higher limits, bro. Don't be mad like dog and facing them and fuck that nigga. Come on, dog. Days is over. I'm 50 some years old, still having to use the word hate. You know how embarrassing that is? That word, that vocabulary still in my mouth. But prejudice and haters are always gonna live. That's a fact. But my peoples, at least the peoples that y'all listen to me, y'all count on me to give y'all the sports news, information. Don't hate on people. I'm not saying you gotta be the happiest person for them. No. Just give it up. You know what? And then go home. Use that energy. How I'm going to better me. How can I better me? And with that, hold your heads. Al, your sports, the raw truth. Love y'all niggas, man. Y'all see me soon.